I love collecting action figures and toys, but it's getting on my nerves. Hi everybody, Peter here, your Ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to the channel for a bit of a moan about toy collecting. So, what do I mean by that? First off, let us tell you, I absolutely bloody love collecting action figures. I'm a huge vintage action figure collector. I've got lines of He-Man figures, Visionaries, Sectors, but you don't know what a Sector is, do you? Brave Star, Mask, all that kind of stuff I love collecting. I'm also a big collector of 1/6 scale action figures. Relatively new to the hobby, been collecting for a bit over a year now or so, but I've amassed a lot of the things. Now these are pricey figures in themselves, and I've got them stored all over my geek cave. So, you might be asking, what am I moaning for? What is my moan? Well, my moan is quite simple. I don't know whether I need to stop. I'm buying too many of the flaming things. So the issue I have, a bit like comic books, is you can pretty much pick up any vintage action figure you want these days on the internet, on eBay, selling pages, all that kind of jazz. So again, part of the hunt is gone, that excitement of rummaging around a car boot sale or a toy fair box or something like that. If I want a new, Visionary Leoric, go and check him out, he's very cool. If I want him in my collection, I just jump on eBay and I press a button and he's here in a few days' time. That to me means I'm missing a big part of what I used to get pleasure from when I used to go hunting for these figures. So how do I combat that? How do I get that passion and engagement and enjoyment back into toy hunting? Well, it's pretty simple really. What I've decided to do, and I'm interested in your thoughts on this, is I'm banning myself from eBay. I will no longer buy vintage figures from eBay. The only time I'll be picking up these figures is on the hunt. If I find them myself, if I hold them in my hands at a car boot sale, that's the only time I'm going to be buying action figures. I say action figures, vintage toys, not 1/6 scale figures. So that's what I'm going to do to try and get a bit of passion and a bit of excitement back into certainly the older figure collecting hobby. What do you think about that? Is that something that you guys would be interested in doing? Or do you think that's going to limit myself too much? Now, as I mentioned, I also collect 1/6 scale action figures, and along with those, my comics, my graphic novels, and my vintage figures, space becomes a bit of an issue. It's the enemy of most collectors, I think, that you soon realise you're running out of physical space, physical shelving, cabinets, all that kind of stuff to actually put and display these figures. Now, I have friends, colleagues who put all of their figures in boxes and put them in the lofts and things like that. That's not for me. I want them on display. I want to enjoy what I've paid my hard-earned money for. Not that there's anything wrong with that if that's how you do it. But I want my stuff on display. I'm sat here filming this and I'm looking around us and I'm surrounded by cool stuff. The thought of having that hidden in a box drives us up the wall. But that said, I've become increasingly frustrated. Because I need it on display and because I buy so much bloody stuff, it's starting to feel cramped. My cabinets start to feel a little bit overwhelmed, shall we say, and I'm starting to really worry about all the pre-orders I've got and where the hell I'm going to put the bloody things. So what are my options? I could stop buying stuff, that's not going to friggin' happen. Or I could try and sell some stuff. Again, not going to happen. I've sold no toys in the last, 10 years. I've bought a whole host of 1/6 scale figures and I love every single one of them. So I really don't see myself popping them on eBay or wherever and flogging them off just to create space for another toy. That might change, but at the moment, it's not an option. I genuinely love everything I've got. I could leave some of these figures in the box, put them out of sight, in the garage, wherever, just be happy with knowing that I've got it. Nah, that's not for me. That's not my style of collecting. And I think it would drive us crazy, knowing that I've spent all of this money on some stunning figure just to have it hidden away. For me, what's the point of buying it? So there's no easy answers here, ladies and gents. If you've got one, please do drop it in the comments section and let us know how you would do. I think my only option is to continue overstacking at the moment. The only choice I've got is to make some of these shelves a little bit more compact and put a few more figures in there. It won't look as aesthetically pleasing to us, but at least they'll be on display. Something else I can do is to calm my impulsiveness. I think those of you that watch the channel know that I've not got much restraint. I need to now really start dialing back and just buy what I really want. I've become a little bit too trigger happy in picking up some of these 1/6 scale figures, and now I need to dial it back and really refine the collection a little bit. That's going to be really hard for me to do, particularly when I've got 15 figures on pre-order. My last option, and probably the one I prefer most of all, is to get rid of one of my friggin' kids and nick their bedroom. Okay guys, that's me moaning a little bit about toys, and it's a bit of a third world kind of problem, isn't it? It's you know, I need a bit of realism, I guess. There's far bigger issues out there than me and my action figures and dolls. Let us know what you think, but I'm interested in knowing how you combat this ever expanding hobby, what storage options you've got, and how you manage that impulse buying. Okay, that's your whack. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.